Hey everyone, and welcome again to my channel. Today I'm taking you with me to the event that was part of my famous, well, part 3 of my famous Chaos Week of August 2024, being the evening market in Geetbets. But before we dive into that kind of madness, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome to Quillscene. My name is Megan. If you like things that have to do with reading, with writing, with my adventures as a writer, with magic, with Wicca, with geeky stuff, then you're in the right place. Make sure to click on the magical subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell, because on that way you'll always get a notification whenever I upload a new video. But yes, Chaos Week Part 3. I was at the end of my strength, but we still had to go because we had the evening market in Geetbets planned on Saturday, the 17th of August. Let's go. So a little recap. My Chaos Week in August was basically 10 days, a 10-day period in August, which started with on the 9th of August setup for Elftopia, 10th and 11th of August Elftopia event. Then we had like 3 days to catch a breather. Then on the 15th of August we had Lights in Aarschot, which was my previous vlog. And then we had 1 day rest, and then on Saturday the 17th of August we had the evening market in Geetbets on our agenda. Geetbets is also a small city, village, not so far from where I live. And also in the summer they do a yearly evening market that usually is combined with a creative market at the one side, but then combined with also carnival fair attractions like, you know, the duck fishing, like you have like these little plastic ducks, like the ones you use for in a pool or in a bathtub, and you know, kids can go fish. This like this little water conveyor, and then the ducks are like on it, and then the kids can fish them up, and then underneath on the bottom of the duck there are points, and then all the points are counted together, and then when the final score hits they can choose a prize from like the prize wall. But there were also like carnival attractions which you will see in the footage later. As I said, this was Saturday the 17th of August. And the market itself was from 5 till 9 p.m, which was a godsend because it meant I could sleep in. Still, of course, my mom wanted to go like around noon to set up, because we had, of course, our tents and our tables and everything to set up. It was at the center of Geetbets itself, so there were like a few streets that were auto free, so they had like locked those streets off so that that only the cars of the vendors could, you know, ride on the street to, you know, drop off their stuff and set up their booths. And then later on, after the market was closed, the cars of the vendors were allowed back. But like for the actual traffic, the roads were closed off. And again, it was like a mix of local products and local creative markets, and that combined then with the fair attractions. And I have a booth together with my mom and with Mathias Maho again. I've seen in my Chaos Week was also the week of Mathias, because Mathias was always like my partner in crime when it came to our booths. Yeah, we also saw a lot of people back. I think the first people you will see in my footage are the very kind people of Belwoof, which is a girl who makes beautiful leashes and harnesses and accessories for dogs. Her mom also makes like bandanas for dogs, because I bought a few for my dogs. And yeah, it's very fun on creative markets, because slowly but surely you know, get to know the other vendors, and then you know, get like a little contact list, and suddenly you see each other on that market again and that market again. That's very fun. But yeah, let's roll the footage to see what this evening market was all about. as you could probably see on the footage, the day started off a bit grayish, so the sun wasn't in full blowing heat, which was kind of a welcoming sign after, you know, the heat of Elftopia and the simmering heat that followed, like lights in Aarschot and stuff like that. So it was a nice break. The thing about this evening market is that there were a lot of people walking around, and you know, a lot of families also with little kids, because of course it's in the middle of summer vacation. But you also notice that a lot of people just came for the fair attractions. Yeah, we didn't sell much, sadly. The books, I think Matthias and I didn't sell any books. My mom sold here and there some trinkets, but it wasn't like the people that walked around were there to experience the market, being again the fair attractions, and there were also like some booths that, for example, had fresh pancakes that they sold for a good cause. There was waffles, there were French fries, there was a local cafe that had like basically made a huge terrace from then the street, of course with the permission of the organization of the market. So yeah, it was more of, the people that visited were more like for the experiences at the market than actually buying things. Still, we had a lot of fun, you know, among each other, but also we also had some fun talks with people that were interested in our books, but you know, didn't want to buy them immediately. We also talked with the some people that worked at the local library of Geetbets, so that's also always a nice contact to make as an author. But yeah, that's actually all I can say about the evening market in Geetbets. When it was 9 p.m, we were allowed to, you know, pack up, and my mom would go get the car, and I kid you not, the moment we were like packing up our last things, it slowly started to like softly rain, so a few drops, and then like very softly rain. So yeah, it was like we had packed up just in time. And then like right on, like here was our booth, and right here on the corner was shawarma's place. So yeah, we went to get my brother, well, because we also had to eat, my brother who stayed back home too. We took out some takeout and then went home. It was like 25 minute drive or something. And that's how part 3 of Chaos Week came to an end. Because when we got home and we managed to, you know, eat our dinner, it was quickly, you know, reset, check our stock, check if everything that was in the car was okay. Because Sunday morning, the alarm clock would go off really early, because then the last part and last event of the Chaos Week would start. But that's for the next vlog. If you like this video, please leave a comment down below or a thumbs up. I love to hear from you. Your feedback helps my channel grow, and it also, of course, helps me motivate to make more videos like this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I see you guys soon for another bookish, magical, probably on the go video. Bye!